Really? Come on. Seriously?
The best position is a married position. Did you think you was gonna get something else?
Did you? I hope not.
Let's talk about it.
Let's.
Everything we share just elevates the marriage. It's me, Tasha's horse and carriage. Oh, and I knew that I found love when I found you. And I hold you all so close, 'cause I love you.
All right. So, you saw the thumbnail, you saw what it was. But if you know us,
You knew you weren't about to get no sex positions when you clicked that button. You should have known. No pictures, no videos, no nothing. It was going to be us talking to you about how to elevate your marriage.
Absolutely.
And maybe your sex life along the way.
and hopefully it doesn't sound like we yelling at you, because we're not yelling, but
Maybe a little bit if you thought you was about to see a sex video.
Yeah, maybe a little. But we want you to know and understand that sex position should be from a husband and a wife.
And the best sex position, just exactly what it said, is between a husband and a wife. That connection that you have as husband and wife elevates, enhances, makes that sex all the more better because you are married. I don't have no guilt behind it, nothing, because that too was a gift from God.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. That's what I was going to say. It's a gift from God. That's why it should be held in such esteem. It should be precious. You shouldn't be passing it out to everybody like, perfume samples. It should be something that...
Hey, like perfume samples.
What else are your samples of? They sit it on the counter.
Okay.
Everybody can just come by and sniff it. Anywho, the point I'm getting at is that position should be held in great esteem.
Valued.
And it's not just because of what we say. The word talks about the marriage bed being undefiled. Where is that at?
I got it for you right here. I got it for you right here. Got it for you right
in
here.
Hebrews.
Got it for you right here.
Somewhere.
All right.
Well, yeah, that's the Bible, right?
It is.
Okay.
It's a good book.
I didn't write that
The book.
I didn't read it. I
Okay.
didn't write it.
Okay. So Hebrews 13 and 4. 13 and 4. Okay, it says, marriage is to be honored by all, and the marriage bed kept undefiled, because God will judge the sexually immoral and adulterers. So one thing that really sticks out to me, it says marriage is to be honored by all. Marriage is to be honored by all. So those within the marriage, of course, it's our marriage, so we're going to honor it, but it's expected that everybody else does too.
Absolutely. And that means even those that feel like they want to try to redefine marriage, let's just put it out there. It's a God thing. Marriage was created by God, started by God. Man, woman, period. That's what it was, right?
That's what
it is
right
today. I know we have variations out in the world now that don't necessarily fit the mold of it. And outside of a Christian belief, you might say that it's accepted, right? But y'all know who we are.
That's right.
You know what we're about. And what we believe is this Bible.
Might have another little word for you. Want to hear it? Here you go.
We got some more meat, right? To kind of solidify in the back of what we're talking about when it comes to this marriage sex, this sex position of marriage.
Okay, so then in 1 Corinthians.
Where we at? Is that the 7th chapter?
1 Corinthians 7th chapter. I'm just going to start from the top. You read as much before or as much after as you need to help you get an understanding. But I'm just going to give you a little taste. All right. So it says principles of marriage is what it's titled. Now, in response to the matters you wrote about, it is good for man not to have sexual relations. It is good for a man not to have sexual relations with a woman. But because sexual immorality is so common, each man should have sexual relations with his own wife, and each woman should have sexual relations with her own husband. A husband should fulfill his marital duty to his wife, and likewise a wife to her husband. A wife does not have the right over her own body, but her husband does.
No, you ain't.
In the same way, before y'all start clowning, in the same way, a husband does not have the right over his own body, but his wife does. Do not deprive one another, except when you agree for a time to devote yourselves to prayer. Then come back together again. Otherwise, this is, if you don't do that, this might happen. Satan may tempt you because of your lack of self-control. I say this as a concession, not as a command. I wish that all people were as I am, but each has his own gift from God. One person has this gift, another has that.
Now, Paul was a great man.
That's who he's writing to the
faith.
Church of Corinth. Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't always a Christian. And to have that come from him and have that word be so deep and poignant for the church of Corinth at that time, it meant something, right? And when he talked about being like me, because, Paul wasn't married. And I think in his mind, this is just my opinion, he would have preferred that everybody just forego that marriage, because in his time, Jesus was going to be coming back. He was going to be coming back soon. So not being married would kind of keep you good. You don't have to worry about the sexual immorality, so on and so forth. But if you do.
But keeping you focused, at
Right.
that point, he was saying not being focused on courting, as we call it, or
Right.
not being focused on, how you're going to take care of this wife or pleasing your own fleshly desires, but being focused on Jesus coming back and what are we going to do and how we're going to focus and how we're going to be ready and making sure we're
Absolutely.
pure and ready to go. That's what he was saying, being focused on, because otherwise you could get tempted and then lose the opportunity.
Yeah. Hey, this is James.
And this is Tasha.
We know your marriage is impeccable.
The bomb.
You don't need any assistance in connecting,
Loving each other, respecting each other.
communicating.
Not you.
You got it all figured out.
But your neighbor.
They need it.
And
They
what
need
about
it.
your sister?
Yeah. So you watching it, go ahead and share it with them.
Yes.
Do us a favor. Like it, subscribe to the groups.
Click the little button.
Let somebody know
Easy peasy.
it's good information. Let us know that you love it. Put us some comments down in the bottom. We appreciate the
We want
love.
to hear from you. Absolutely.
All right. We'll let you get back to the video.
All right.
So today's world, living absent of God, can set you up for failure for this very, very thing, this sex. It's talked about all the time. It's in every TV show, every movie.
And it's usually
normalized.
unmarried sex.
Always.
At that. It's usually between single people, sometimes between young people.
As a matter of fact, if you've noticed, they make it seem as if when you get married, the sex stops.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point.
They will sell you the story that, when you get sex, man, we get married. Hey, sex is gonna end. It'll go away.
The lies you tell. Now we talking 20, y'all know we didn't just celebrated 25 years of marriage and it's still going strong. And the connection, the sex is even better because of the connection that we have, because we're so close, because we love each other. It's nothing like it. Nothing like it. If you're talking about a position that you want the best sex ever, it's a married position.
Absolutely. We had sex on this counter right before we started this recording. Okay, not really, but we could because we married. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That's how these videos get cut short. Because people want to clown, and you see, I cannot believe he even said that. That's okay. All right, y'all know how this goes. Please go
it's
and
within
read.
the bounds of the marriage. Is all we're saying.
Oh my goodness. 1 Corinthians 7, please. And Hebrews, what was the scripture, love?
That was
goodness.
You pulled it up?
See?
Oh, I'll put it on the screen. Oh, you didn't have it over there. It was 13.
Go ahead, finish what you're gonna say. Close it up, please. Thank you.
We must be careful out in these streets. We gotta represent marriage strong. We have to put it out there so that the world can see that it is a great thing created by God. And the reward of not only being a husband or being a wife, but being a representation of how he wrapped himself in that flesh and came down and died for each and every one of us. It's nothing like it. There's no better representation. That's why there's such an attack on it.
Yeah.
It's the best example that shows the Lord's sacrifice for us. So if you're in a marriage,
unselfish.
Yeah. You want to make sure that you're waving that flag high. Encourage one another. Find another couple that is strong, that you might want to glean some information from, or just kind of walk with. Or you might be that strong couple that someone needs, that you can reach down. These younger ones that are coming up behind us, you gotta
or old ones who think they have it all together.
Absolutely,
and they don't.
Because
find some strong marriage mentors.
Tenure doesn't make a grand marriage. Just because you've been married 40, 50 years doesn't necessarily mean that it's a healthy marriage, right? It's more than just being together a long time. You want to be together and be connected in a long, healthy marriage. It matters. So we don't take the marriage thing lightly, as you know.
Yes.
And we want to get on here and just kind of touch base, have a little fun with you, of course, but I'll let you know that take it serious. Be in the best position that you can to represent marriage as a husband and a wife. The Lord will bless you for it, and the world will thank you for the example that you can be out there for them.
Big facts, babe. Very good, very good. And that was Hebrews 13 and 4. Good people. 13 and 4.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, you got it. You got a word from us. This is what we give you our hearts, give you our minds. Can't say we know it all, but we give it to you from the Bible. Right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
All right, till next time, do the best you can until you know better. And when you know better,
do better.
I'm James Lee.
I'm Tasha Lee.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Peace.